que essa ideia não se conseguiu, com isso que estou falando. Estamos presenciando uma demanda crescente de materiais em formas mesmo brutais, tradicionais, com a tecnologia moderna, não? De extração e transformação de tecnologia. Precisamos equilibrar só com uma economia negentrópica. Não só seguir estas indicações agora, não, do mecanismo de desenvolvimento limpo, desta nova geopolítica da sustentabilidade, do desenvolvimento sustentável, que pretende que nós vamos a utilizar as florestas, não, a biodiversidade de nossos territórios mais biodiversos, não, para sequestrar, para captar os excedentes de gases de efeito estufa. É uma trampa isso, porque isso não consegue, como sabemos, equilibrar finalmente a quantidade de gases de efeito estufa sobre o mundo. Ao momento que sigue progredindo esta mesma racionalidade econômica. Então precisamos fazer todas essas mudanças, como falava, de modos de produção, de concepção do ser humano no mundo, essas mudanças políticas para conviver nesse mundo de diversidade, não? E as mudanças também jurídicas que precisamos para ter uns direitos dos comuns, direitos não individualizados, que a base da ciência e da racionalidade jurídica imperante no mundo hoje. Os direitos dos povos, as suas comuns, não só os comuns da terra, o ar que circula na terra, nas águas, mas os direitos, os bens comuns mais perto das culturas mesmas, de seus territórios. Então, é isto que eu queria compartilhar neste tempo com vocês, vos inquietar com estas ideias sobre o sentido da educação para gerar esses outros mundos possíveis. Muito obrigado.
Obrigada, professor. Muito bom a gente escutá-lo e que isso sirva para nossas reflexões e para as nossas proposições. Vamos ao nosso segundo convidado, John Madoc Hall, dos Estados Unidos. É diretor executivo da organização Linux Internacional, composta por profissionais de computação que apoiam e promovem o uso de sistemas operacionais baseados em Linux. Desculpa. Ao longo de sua carreira, iniciada em 1969, atuou como programador, designer de sistemas, administrador de sistemas, gerente de produção, administrador de marketing e educador. Foi professor nas instituições Hartford State Technical College, Merrimack College e Daniel Webster College. Trabalha como consultor independente e atua na criação de sistemas sustentáveis em mercados emergentes. Foi consultor de governos como China, Malásia e Brasil, além das Nações Unidas, para uso de software livre. É mestre em Ciências da Computação pelo Instituto Politécnico Rensselaer. Obrigada, professor. A palavra é sua.
Thank you very, very much. It is my honor and pleasure to be here to speak to you today. For those of you that do not know me, I have had a wide range of computer science over the last 42 years. I started off as an electrical engineer, but I also received half of my training in business and then another half of my training in computer science. And yes, I know that adds up to 1.5 periods of training. But most of all, in this forum, I would like to stress two things. I have been both a college professor, but I've also been a business person. And last night, Mr. Stallman used the word pragmatic to describe Linus Torvalds, the creator of the Linux kernel. I too am pragmatic. I too make compromises to move forward. But most importantly, a lot of people out there see me with this nice white beard and what used to be long white hair, and they think I am Popeye Noel, a nice, smiling person who brings them free software. Ho, ho, ho. But my name is Mad Dog. And today you're going to see another side of me that most of you have never seen. You're going to see the angry side of me. So there's a very opinionated talk which is going to follow this, and I am going to give it in a very opinionated way. I came to this conference, and the very first speakers of this conference, in the very first sentence of this conference, said, "I come from a dying Europe. My God, how optimistic that is." The second phrase was, "Brazil may be at a high tide, the highest that is going to go at this point, because if you're not careful, you're going to go downhill." I'm sorry, I've been coming to Brazil for the last 10 years, and what I see is a country that is growing, and a country that is on the right path. We have to work to do that, but you're going there. And then I heard the comment that technology is overwhelming us. That may be a problem, but it's a problem that you have control of. You can control it. You are in power. And you have to work to do that. And as Mr. Stallman said last night, you have to use freedom to make sure that you maintain your freedom. So I came here to discuss the future, not to talk defeat. And I want you to join me in that conversation. And the faint of heart, the people that don't believe this, that don't want to work for this, you can leave now. Oh, look, they're leaving. Because this is not the place for you. But the rest of you are welcome to stay. Now, when I started with computers in 1969, they cost millions of dollars. If you wanted to work with a computer, you either had millions of dollars or you worked for a university that had millions of dollars, or you worked for a company that had millions of dollars. And the computers would fill this room with vacuum tubes and relays. But the memories of them were measured in hundreds of bytes, very small. The software was very simple, and perhaps sometimes you didn't even have an operating system on the computer. The computer ran your program directly. It talked to the hardware directly. Networking was carrying boxes of cards from place to place, and computer security was locking the door at night when you left. If you worked on computers in 1969, you typically had a master's degree, not in computer science, because there was no computer science. There was only computer black magic. And so you had a master's degree or a PhD in physics or electrical engineering with a computer science minor. You typically spoke one of the 5 major languages of the world. You typically had a staff of trained people to help you take care of the computer. And you typically received all of the software that you used in source code form, so you could change it and make it meet your needs, or fix the bugs that were in the software because you had the expertise to do that. But then, in the mid-1970s, Bill Gates and Steve Jobs came along and put a mainframe computer on everybody's desk. They called them the Apple II and the IBM PC, but they were a mainframe computer with all of the problems and issues and administration that went along with them. And today, the average person who uses a computer has never had a formal course in how to use the computer. They spend long hours on the telephone trying to get support for their computer. And they typically talk to somebody in China or West Texas, neither of whom can you understand, especially the people in West Texas. They try and get fixes for their viruses. They try and clean up all of the spam that comes in through their mail.